Good morning and welcome to another edition of Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. I am so excited this morning to have the mayor here with me. He'll be coming on and we'll be talking about the things we got going on in our community. Most of all, what we can do to help his job better, help the police, help the sheriff department. We just want to comply. I sent him a text earlier a couple of weeks ago and told him what could I do to comply, and he told me, and we've been doing that. And the word of the day comes from Frankie Saris, and he says, be smart. Be smart. I do that every morning, do it on the radio, WKXN 106.3, and this morning they was out with the weather in Montgomery, so I said, you know what? Truck Talk can have the word of the day. So it comes from Frankie Saris, and it's a good word. It says, be smart. And I want you to know, everybody I call from Sanders to give me the word of the day, they don't know when I'm calling. I just call and say that, and everybody's been so supportive. I've learned things. I've learned things from this word of the day, what people be talking about. I've learned to carry it into my day. One day the word of the day was positive. Great word of the day. Be positive. So we're going to be right back, and we're going to get into things with the mayor, and we pray that everybody's safe from the storm last night. We'll be right back. Wally Sanders' 2020 vision for you is hauling lots of freight. We got it. Safe equipment, we got that. Lots of quality home time and great benefits like matching your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wally Sanders Truck Line. I'm doing the show. I just had to answer. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, the only place you'll be stopping is at the bank. Wiley, money. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best 2 days.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Truck Talk with Wally Sanders Truck Lines. Tune in to our live broadcast Monday mornings from 8:30 to 9:30 on TC2. Do you have a business in our area or thinking of opening a business in our area? If so, let's talk about it on Truck Talk. No charge to you. That's right, no charge to you. No charge to you. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama, committed to the community. Remember, drive for the best. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Give me that phone vibrates. And we're back with Truck Talk with Wally Sanders Truck Line. And you know I'm excited. Anytime I can have the mayor of Troy on the Truck Talk, I get excited. Mayor, how you doing?
Jeffrey, I'm great. I appreciate you letting me be here.
Normally we would shake hands. And we would shake hands. And I asked you a question. I kind of put you on the spot. I asked you, how did that feel to you not to shake hands? And you told me, you said it's just the way. And
well, it hurts, and you know it bothers you, and and listen, it's you know, especially in the South, we're friendly folks. We like to shake hands, we like to hug necks, slap backs, you know, and you know it's hard, especially when you see somebody that you know. It's a habit we've been in all our lives. You know, that's something that they teach you early on. Shake someone's hand, look them in the eye. And right now, we've got to change that habit. It's vitally important, and it's been, you know, I had to, yesterday at the truck lines, you know, Charles Norris came in, who's back working with us now, who worked with us for years and years and years, and who, you know, from the time I was a night dispatcher, and he came up, and I wanted to shake his hand, but I said, you know, Charles, we can't, we got to social distance, and that happens a lot, you know. Yeah. But we've got to, you know, we've got to be careful about that.
We got to be careful. Mayor, how's our city doing health-wise? How are we doing?
We are, you know, we're doing well, but we've got to stay vigilant. You know, we have tested a lot of people. You know, we've done a lot of things, and we're beginning to see the fruit of that. But the worst thing that we can do as some of this positive information comes out is to start to backslide and to start to say, well, you know, it's working, so maybe I don't have to, you know, we've had to sacrifice a lot to get to this point. And we don't need to, we got to see this thing through. And so, you know, that would be something that I would encourage everybody to do, is to make sure that.
Stay focused.
Right,
Stay
hey,
focused, stay focused.
we just need to keep the hammer down, and we're gonna be okay.
What about our economic impacts? What are we gonna?
Well, obviously, you know, it's something that we've just never seen before, and so it's gonna be a while before we really realize what it is. You know, obviously there are small businesses out there that are, you know, that are just decimated because they have to stop or they have to completely change their business. And so it's been a really strange economic time that we haven't seen in our lifetime, because what you've got is you've got people who are, you know, you've got people who are dealing with, you know, economic impact of consumer things. So you've got people that are busier than they've ever been in their life, and you've got people that can't do anything. And we need to really be thinking about our folks out there who are working harder than they've ever worked, but also thinking and praying about the folks that wish so desperately that they could go to work.
You know, Mary, when you say that, I just have to say this. I've made a ritual, and I try to tell everybody, and I want to get the mayor of our town to say this, because I think you'll agree with this. And ladies and gentlemen, this is one question that I didn't send to him early. It's not a question. It's something that I'm doing, and I'm challenging everybody else to do. When I go through a drive-through, I don't care if it ain't but $2, $3. I'm one of them old country boys. My grandmama used to say, and Pastor Sankey said this, put a little something in a sack, and you'll have something. And you think if everybody that went through them drive-throughs, if you didn't give a $1, but if everybody did, these people are getting out. They're like you, you're getting out, you're working. And when I go in the grocery stores, I do the same. I was in the store Saturday. I went early, and I just got what I needed. And when I paid for it, the girl didn't give me no change. I said, I need a little change. I give her and the bagger something. Good deeds come back. The lady behind me said, that's so sweet. I've got to do that now. Little old lady, she said, she was getting a little aggravated. You know me, I'm never prepared, and I'm bumbling. But if we would just do that, we got to realize these people, we need them. We need them.
Absolutely. And you know, one of the things we did, I got a family of 6. I got 4 kids and my wife, Ellie. And one of the things that we did last week is we wanted to take advantage of the time that we had. And so what I said is, you know, we drew numbers out of a hat, and each individual got to choose a movie that we watched that night and where we went to dinner. And so we were able to go and, you know, we went and picked up dinner every night from a different local place.
Different place.
And we, you know, and we, you know, we paid more than we had to, because, you know, just exactly what you're talking about. We need, you know, we've all worked so hard to build an economy here, and we need these folks to be here when this thing opens back up. So if there's somebody, and you know, it's our local folks, and they've gotten so creative in a lot of ways, but you know, they're the people who, when you need something, when you need an ad bought, when you need this or that, that's who you're going, because these huge corporations, a lot of times, you know, you can't go through you know, they have all these hoops to jump through to do that sort of thing.
And you can just go right to them.
That's right. And so we need to work with our local businesses as best we can. So you're absolutely right. We need to help one another.
Help one another this time. And you know, we was thinking, and one of the questions I want to ask you, our university, I think, brings so much to this town. I mean, it's a beautiful campus. They did so much. I know you've been in several deals with them. How's the transition into online? Is it going well?
Well, I think it's, you know, I think it is. Obviously, you know, it hurts us from an economic impact with the students being gone this long. You know, there are about 300 or 400 students that are still there that can't go anywhere else. And, you know, so, but, you know, that's going to have an impact. it's going to have an impact on our businesses and things like that. But I think that it will, I think that it's going to put a desire for everybody that when we can come back in the fall, that there's going to be you know, so much excitement, and I hope we see. You know, I'm looking forward to that day when we can get
You
back
know,
to
when
normal.
you talk about coming back, I sat down yesterday and I watched the Bible. And boy, I tell you, these movies, they changed a lot. They had me to go get my Bible because something would happen. I think this was happening and it wouldn't happen. And I was so glad when they finally advertised and said that this was just a structure, because I know y'all ain't doing it. But one of the things I was thinking about, how happy the people was when God blessed them, the children of Egypt, that's how David danced in the street. And I thought, you know what? I ain't gonna dance in the street, but I'm gonna dance in my yard where we can go. You know, we've never, I know in my lifetime, I'm 59, and I ain't gonna get you to tell your age, Mary, but
No, I'm 47.
We've never seen this.
No, we haven't, and you know, and I'm looking forward to, and I tell you, I'm sort of breaking news right here. I hadn't told anybody this, but what I really want to see us do, and and we're gonna have to look at this, but one of the things, and I think that the fact that I'm on Truck Talk is but a lot of people don't realize that October the 4th of this year will be the 25th anniversary of Hurricane Opal coming through. And, you know, that was the biggest devastation and disruption we had ever seen before.
I figure you right.
And so, you know, and also the date is 10/4, you know, which is obviously a trucking and a public safety term.
Yeah.
And I would love to see us do some sort of celebration that weekend. I think 10/4 is on a Sunday. But leading up to that, and I don't know what all, I hadn't looked at the calendars, and I'm hoping and praying.
You know, you just opened a can of worms.
But listen, what I hope we can do is, you know, from a city standpoint, is do some things to thank the folks that have to, you know, that the same folks that got us through Opal all those years ago on a smaller scale are getting us through now. And you know, I want to see that. You know, I want to see us do. I think we need to have something to look forward to, and we need to, you know, be able to celebrate as a community. And so, you know,
that sounds good, man.
I think that
sounds good. You know, and not to get a mayor no kudos. I just mean this from my heart. I knew him before he was mayor, and I know his heart is. I'm thankful of one thing, that we got a leader in our town, a mayor, that is concerned and has got right on the battlefields and just said, hey, ladies and gentlemen, it was just one text. Yes, I'll be there. One text. And that's what you said you would do, and you stayed so true to that. Well, and seeing you having an idea like this, that's not from a mayor's point of view. That's from the home inside your heart. That's what comes out of your heart.
I only know how to be Jason, and I mean, that's, you know, and I've, you know, and
you've done good at being Jason. I'm good with Jason. I'm good with that.
And a lot of who I am is, you know, is tied up in this company and growing up. You know, and just being blessed by what the Sanders family, you know, has done for me, and what I've learned. You know, I mean, I've learned so much that I've been able to use to help other people by the things that I've had to deal with. You know, in the trucking business and in the plastic business. And in the lead business, and I'm so grateful for all I've been given and learned and been able to contribute through the years, and it means so much.
And you know, you think about it, and I got to get to my next question, but when you say that, you know, my heart is gonna warm out because I have to say it, and I continue to say it. I'm 59, the only job I ever had, and for some reason, and I thank God for it. Mr. Sanders always took time when it was appropriate to teach me things. Now, I wasn't just an employee, and he would always say, we've got to have this. And now that Mr. Stephen Sanders has taken over, I actually texted him about 3 nights ago and thanked him. We was talking, and he went so deep in this conversation about the economics and about the small business. He looked at me and said, even you all, and I was just thinking, he didn't really have to do that. That family, and I heard a preacher say this, and I'm gonna have to go along with him. God gave Mr. Sanders a vision because he knew that was the man that would share with Pike County. Think about
And
that.
people don't have any idea. They so humble. People have no,
No
idea,
idea.
where you
I'm
know.
probably in trouble for
Well,
making the statement I
that's,
made.
that's
I'm gonna
right.
leave that
And,
alone.
you know, but I can remember. I tell you, one of the people talk about Mike talks all the time about my demeanor and but I mean I learned from Mr. Wiley in some of the most difficult situations when I saw people that in a just in sort of in a tizzy. He was always the calm, right? I mean, and Stephen is the same. I mean,
And
it's
when
just,
you don't know what to do, don't do nothing.
That's right.
Don't do that.
That's right.
This is a very important question, and I know a lot of parents out there want to hear about this. The impact, I mean, at-home education, national programs offered through public schooling. What can the people at home do, Mary?
Well, obviously the schools have been giving out information. They've been putting stuff online. Every school, if your child is in school, then they know about the plan that they have. Also, the USDA has come out and issued waivers so they can continue to provide the food. We do and they'll do that to a certain period of time, and then the city does a summer feeding program in conjunction with that. And we will do that again this year to make sure that that's going on. But I know that they're working with everybody they can. I know I saw a lot of pictures last week of the kids coming by and the staff having the mask on at Troy Elementary School. I know that my kids are doing things online that they're getting. I know the county schools, the private school, everybody has got a plan in place, seems to be working well. It's obviously not ideal because we want people to be together, but it's given, making sure that people don't fall too far behind.
Yes.
And so all that's going on and being worked on, and I appreciate everybody working through that in a difficult time.
Yes, and these kids are our future. They are our future. I look at them and I have to get on mine sometimes when I get them to do something on my phone, and they be, you don't know how to do that? I said, look here, we didn't have that when we was coming up.
No,
You just
we
fix
didn't.
that phone and hand it back to me. When you talk about that, I have to look at and see, the city supporting these small businesses. Can we look for something to be a system maybe be put in place down the road involving the city, involving itself in the small businesses?
Well, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at it. At this point in time, there hadn't been any federal relief to local governments that are smaller than 500,000 people. I look for that to happen where we can do some things. Obviously, the small business loans that are going on right now are going to help. Obviously, the stimulus package is going to help. We've been trying to do everything we can to get that information out there. So there's a place on the city's website and there's a place at the Chamber of Commerce that will get information out there in regards to what you can apply for, how you can work through it, and all those things. And then as we see, one part of this will be related to the length of, hopefully we're going to begin to get on the other side of this. And as we see the effects of what the federal and state information, and help comes through, then the local government will be there, to look and to help and to work on filling in those gaps. So at this point, I don't know exactly what that looks
Mm-hmm.
like, but we're going to, we're going to do everything we can, to keep folks, afloat.
If I had to say the one thing that I think we can all look forward to is that God didn't bring us this far to leave us.
So
I have
absolutely
been
not.
saying that, and we're gonna be good.
Oh,
We're
and,
gonna
and,
be
and
good.
Jeffrey, we were so blessed last night. I mean, those storms could have been awful. And, had the wind coming off the Gulf, not gone to the east about 15 degrees. I mean, we just could have been, we had a truck out in Louisiana.
I actually tried to call her when I was sitting in the parking lot just to check on her, see how she was doing. Her name is Miss Lynn, so we want to ask your prayers for her.
Absolutely.
And
but
I have reached out to her, and that'll be the first thing I do when I get back in. I want to tell you something. Our sheriff, Russell Thomas, he sent me a brochure that I'm going to share with people. But online, and it made me think about it, I had forgot it when you was talking about doing stuff online. He's got it fixed now where you can get your pistol license
That's
online.
exactly right.
It's set up. And and I'm saying all this leading to my next question. Do you believe that after this will forever change the way we do things?
Well, let me say this. I think that it will let people
For the
know-
better.
Right. I think it will let people know that they can do more online. But I hope that, just like, one of the things, if you call 311 at City Hall right now, you're going to get somebody's voice.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when you call Wiley Sanders Truck Lines,
You're gonna
gonna
get somebody's
voice. That's something that they taught me that I believe in. And we've got people that could very easily allow for automatic draft and different things, but coming in and paying that power bill is a way for them to get out and do things. And so, I know that I think this is going to open some folks' eyes to see I can do a lot of these things, but I hope that we won't lose too much of our personal aspects. But I think there there's obviously some good things about that because it also saves time, and time is what we can't get back.
I go to Berg Drugs. I mean, I could go to Walmart, but I go to Berg's Drugs for the simple fact I know Mr. Joe, I know Nick. I'm greedy. I love the smell of the bacon, and it was so weird to be in there the other day and not smell that bacon. I've never been in that drugstore and never smelled the bacon. But it's like you say, that's my little thing. And Sips on the Square. And I want to comment, all these businesses, I want to tell you that I'm like the mayor. I just been swapping around, Ms. Sanders has too, swapping around to getting food at different places, and everybody seems to be practicing so good. I can't think of a restaurant that I went in, Flo's was good, they had the gloves. They must had a bottle of sanitizer when you go in the door. You can put the sanitizer on. Sips is offering you can come in one at a time, or they'll bring it to your car. These businesses, we do not, and I keep stressing that, we do, because I don't want to lose it. We just got downtown.
Yes.
Just, we're not done, but you worked and put into downtown. And I want to see it go. I love our square.
Yes.
I love our square.
And we're gonna keep working and supporting them, and we're gonna come back. And they've done an incredible job of being, nimble. Being able to, to move and change and do what they can do.
To keep their doors open.
To keep their doors open.
Keep their doors open.
And it's so important that we continue to support them.
And I've just gotten accustomed of it. I travel a lot. My house, everybody eats different. So we'll take out family, and I've seen this, and you don't miss it until it's not there. I was sitting there Friday night, and I said, I'm gonna jump up early in the morning and go have breakfast, because I like to go to Waffle House and just have breakfast and go ride my motorcycle. And I realized I couldn't do that. So this is a change for us, but I'm glad that we're a small enough community that everybody's still bonding together. I still feel the bond of us together.
Yes, and I think that we're all learning how appreciative we are. You know, we took a lot of things for granted before this, and I think we're learning from that. You know, God will teach you sometimes
Yes.
when you don't want to be taught.
Yes.
And we, you know, I have, as terrible as some of this has been, I have enjoyed so much being able to be with my family and spending some of that time together, and we are going to, you know, we're going to appreciate our businesses. We're going to appreciate one another, and I hope it will, you know, we'll learn to be kinder.
Kinder. That's right. Well, Mayor, it's always good to talk to you, but I'll say again, and I want you, I know that you would agree with this. You saw me out there in the yard yesterday a couple of times, but one of the, one of our lady drivers I was talking to, and I was thanking her, and I thank all the drivers at Wireless Sanders Truck Lines. I thank all of you. But not only do I thank the drivers at Wireless Sanders Truck Line, I thank every truck driver in this country that is out there keeping this country moving. If trucks keep moving, we may grind at a slow place, but we will keep moving. And as long as we can keep moving, we're
Well,
good.
and listen, Jeffrey, one thing that I hope that this has opened the eyes of many people in the public. You and I both know, I mean, there's nothing that we appreciate more than a truck driver.
Amen.
Because it's everything we got. We
That's
owe
right.
to them.
We owe to them.
And we know what they do for the supply chain and for everything. Everything in this room was on a truck multiple times.
One time.
But the country is beginning to realize.
To realize that.
And beginning, and I know that they're beginning to treat our people, you know, better and different. And I'm so thankful
So
that
that's,
people are,
you know, in
people's
every
eyes are
storm,
open.
in every storm there's a rainbow. And talking to this driver yesterday, I didn't get to this part. She was telling me that she got off an exit, and she said, "Oh my God, the exit, the truck stop is closed." But it was people out there with bottles of water, and they was giving it to the truck drivers. They was just rolling, and that's what was causing a little traffic jam, because, you know, the driver had to stop and take back off, but they was giving them a bottle of water, and they was holding up big signs that said, "Thank you." And, you know, and it put it in my heart. I said, I'm going to thank our drivers on Truck Talk, but I'm going to thank all the drivers, because it
Absolutely.
takes all of, we haul this, a lot of stuff we haul to
Right.
another truck line,
Right.
and they put it,
Right.
and they take it, so we know how to
Like I
truck
said,
it.
it's been on a truck multiple times.
Multiple times. We know how the trucking industry is. But most of all, Mayor, I have to say to you, thank you, thank you. You just been the type of mayor, you know, and I can say this, before you became mayor and you was thinking about doing it, me and you used to talk. And you did everything you said you was gonna do, and you stayed to the letter, and you and Russell Thomas got a big supporter.
Well,
Y'all have a big support of this community. This community supports y'all because of the fact of your works. It's not who you are, it's the works that you do. You can, you know, your policy of call me, and I know that keeps you busy. And I know, like you say, you kind of had time to enjoy your family, and you know, and it's been strange for you, but good.
yes.
But good.
Well, and I love this community, and I appreciate it so much, and I appreciate what you're doing on this show, and it's you know, I'm awful grateful and humble.
And when you talk about Truck Talk with Wireless Sanders Truck Lines, it's just another tribute of Sanders to Pike County, because we charge for no advertising. Anything you want to come over here and say positive, you're welcome, and we bring people in. But when times like this come, I talked to Miss Kelly Sanders, that she sent me a text. She's always over. And people think I be trying to get points. No, I just have to tell what comes through my phone and read it. She was wanting to do, you know, she does Turkeys for Heaven.
Yes.
She told me, and so I'm gonna throw it on you too. She wants to come up with something that Turkeys for Heaven can do for this. And I just sent her a text, but I think I throwed in maybe a barbecue, but I let her know whatever she do, I was just gonna be 100% behind her. So
Absolutely.
you might wanna, you may have a program that might need something, and we can talk about, that's what communication does.
That's right.
That's what it does. And I thank you for getting the chief on here. He's probably sitting out there and wondering when are we gonna get through. So we're gonna say bye to you, Marion. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we
Well,
go?
I just, hang in there. You know, we're going to get through this, and I appreciate so much what you do, not only for me and my family, but for every family in this country every day. And they're beginning to understand it more and more and more. And I just, Sanders Truck Lines is a family, and,
Yes,
and I
yeah.
appreciate that part of my family.
And we'll be back with the Chief of Police of Troy, Alabama in just a minute.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Wally Sanders' 2020 vision for you is hauling lots of freight. We got it. Safe equipment, we got that. Lots of quality home time and great benefits like matching your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wally Sanders Truck Line. At Wally Sanders Truck Lines, the only place you'll be stopping is at the bank. Wally, money, money, money. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Truck Talk with Wally Sanders Truck Lines. Tune in to our live broadcast Monday mornings from 8:30 to 9:30 on TC2. Do you have a business in our area or thinking of opening a business in our area? If so, let's talk about it on Truck Talk. No charge to you. That's right, no charge to you. No charge to you. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama, committed to the community. Remember, drive for the best. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Wally Sanders' 2020 vision for you is hauling lots of freight. We got it. Safe equipment, we got that. Lots of quality home time and great benefits like matching your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wally Sanders Truck Line. At Wally Sanders Truck Lines, the only place you'll be stopping is at the bank. Wally, money, money, money. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Truck Talk with Wally Sanders Truck Lines. Tune in to our live broadcast Monday mornings from 8:30 to 9:30 on TC2. Do you have a business in our area or thinking of opening a business in our area? If so, let's talk about it on Truck Talk. No charge to you. That's right, no charge to you. No charge to you. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama, committed to the community. Remember, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Tune in to our live broadcast Monday mornings from 8:30 to 9:30 on TC2. Do you have a business in our area or thinking of opening a business in our area? If so, let's talk about it on Truck Talk. No charge to you. That's right, no charge to you. No charge to you. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama, committed to the community. Remember, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. And we're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. And yes, this is him. We had the chief of police with us here this morning. Chief, how's it going this morning?
Going good. Good to be here.
How's things in our city going?
Well, it was a kind of a long night with the weather, and but we're very, very blessed, very fortunate that we come through that pretty much unscathed. We were a lot more fortunate than some other places. That's correct.
The radio station I work with, they are over, I forgot how many numbers he told me didn't have lights in Montgomery this morning. But I want to ask you, Troy, in itself, how our local services holding up? Y'all strong, Chief? Y'all good?
Yes, sir.
Y'all hanging in there?
We're hanging in there. You know, we've certainly changed the way we've respond to calls and the way we do things, you know, somewhat. We try not to, certainly you have to be more aware of your surroundings than ever before with the COVID-19 virus and you know, trying to maintain that social distancing that applies to our job as well. You know, we're taking a lot of steps to keep our officers, make sure that they stay healthy and because we need them to be at work every day.
The city seems to be responding real well to social distance and staying out the way. Seem like, I mean, I go through the square and it's quiet, you know, and I try to obey too. So it seems like the city is really trying to make it easier for you guys. Because I know
there's no doubt that, you know, that our citizens have responded really well to this. It's outside of our normal. But you know, people have, you know, it's up to us to do our part as citizens. Each one of us has to do our part to battle this pandemic and to maintain that social distance. And you know, you just have to be, the way this thing is spread is you know, you don't know where you may pick it up or who you may pick it up from. You just kind of treat everybody like that they may have that virus, and keep that distance, and you know, keep your hands clean, keep your equipment clean. And keep your hands and stuff away from your face and
don't do that handshake.
Absolutely.
And don't do that handshake.
That's right.
Well, Chief, I'd like to take this time for Truck Talk from Wiley Sanders Truck Line and for the whole Pike County. I think I can speak for all of us. We thank you guys. We thank you. People sometimes are hard on the police, and I got a saying for that. Well, when stuff happens, don't call the police. Because, you know, they don't want to call the police. They want to be mean to you guys. And I think you do a great job. I've been in this county a long time, all my life. And we've always had good city police.
Yes,
We've
sir.
always had good. I know a lot of your officers, and they speak and they greet. And if they have a job to do, they do it. But other than that, they're there for our safety. The police is there for your safety.
That's right.
And we thank you guys. You get up and you leave your families, and you know, in my job, the worst probably could get happen is my old butt step out in front of a truck. But you could get shot or shot at. And
Well,
so I commend you, Chief. I commend you for you guys and what you do.
Well, we've got a great team in law enforcement. You know, our law enforcement all over this country, you know, step out and put themselves in harm's way every day.
Every day in harm's way.
And you don't know where that harm could come from. You know, it could be, you know, standing on the side of the road, marking a motor vehicle accident, and a distracted driver leave the roadway and strike your vehicle, or the vehicle, you know, hits you.
Yeah.
And but you know, but this day and time with, you know, with this COVID-19, you know, there's a threat, you know, that's unseen.
But does staying away in the social distance, does that help you with your job?
It does.
Good,
It does.
good.
It
Because I
helps.
want to encourage everybody. You hear the chief of police saying what we're doing, it helps. It helps you.
Absolutely. It helps us, it helps our community, and it's going to help us get through this pandemic a lot faster. You know, if everybody continues to do what they're doing and maintain that social distance and not be in large crowds you know, we're going to get through this together.
How are these, you've not had to enforce nothing of breaking up crowds, have you?
We've had a few areas, you know, instances where we've had to have a conversation. You know, we've not written any citations or had to write any citations. Everybody's been, you know, pretty much compliant when we would come up. And our part, a lot of that is education. You know, one thing that we saw was, especially when the governor's order came out, the stay-at-home order, is a lot of people thought that was a curfew. You know, that after 5 o'clock on that Saturday, that they wasn't going to be able to go out anymore. And that's, you know, that's why you're encouraged to stay at home and do your part and avoid large crowds and be very.
And you know, you can, because I did it, you can go to the grocery store.
Right.
You can go to the drugstore. But when they say staying at home, don't get together 10 or 15 people and barbecue and party and go to these. Well, don't even crowd up at Walmart. They're standing on clock. You know, and I want to thank the citizens, well, not the merchants of Pike County, that every place that I've been in, they put out tape.
That's right.
And for them to never have to do this before, and I think you should give credit where credit is due. They have laid out some Berg drugs. Everybody keeps saying, I keep talking about that. But they had they got a little X, and the 6-wheeler, they got an X. They had an arrow that carry you around. I mean, I went in Circle K. They got the little X's. And, you know, and I try to be obedient to that. I try to stand in that spot and, you know, and sometimes it's being in the public. I like people like me and you all. People are watching us and
Absolutely.
they're seeing what we are doing. So
Absolutely.
I kind of look down at my feet, and if I'm not on one of them X's, I get back on it.
Well, it's made us very aware of our surroundings and you know, there was no manual for this when this pandemic happened. You know, we've never been through this before. So, you know, our department and businesses like you're talking about, you know, they've had to adapt to public health orders and safety guidelines to get us through this so they can remain open.
So your staff, do you still say you got good staff? Your staff is maintaining good?
Yes, sir, we are. We're maintaining. We're good. You know, we're always looking for you know, for new help. We're slotted for 60 sworn officers in patrol, and you know, right now we're at 55 sworn. We've got an academy class that should be coming up in May, and we'll have some officers in.
You got something going in there, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good.
We'll
good.
have some going to this academy, and you know, we take applications year round for police officer and dispatcher and jailer, and so yeah, it's.
You know, I never knew that number, but that you have a large force. You have 60 officers. That's a large force.
It is. It is. It's a large. You know, when you look around us, you know, you got to get to Dothan and Montgomery to find a larger department than we have.
Okay.
You know, we have 60 sworn officers, but then, you know, we have about 86 total employees.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you look at telecommunicators, which are our dispatchers, and folks in the jail, and you know, those people are behind the scenes, and people don't see them like they see the officers every day.
And when you say the dispatcher, that's a very important job. All it takes is one street wrong for the backup or something. Am I correct when I say that?
And you know, that room where those dispatchers are, you know, I kind of call that a war room.
Really?
Absolutely. You know, my hat's off to them. This is actually National Telecommunications Week, where we usually do a proclamation and all through the mayor's office for recognizing dispatchers for their service. But you know, that's one of the I believe the toughest jobs in law enforcement. You know, they don't face the danger that the officers face on the street every day, but, you know, man, they're right in, they're the lifeline of what
That's
we
what I
do
would be
every
thinking.
day. You know, that's the first voice that you hear when you
When you
call
call.
911. That's exactly right.
And then she gives it off. Well, what you just said, it just opened my mind up. We got to have them on the show, and maybe I bring them a little something from Truck Talk, give them a T-shirt, or don't tell them what we're going to give them, but we give them a cup. They would probably like one of those cups because they sit there all day. They could put, we got like Yeti cups with
Yes, sir.
sandals on it.
Yes, sir.
And I would like to get all your dispatchers one.
Sure.
I
I'm sure
would-
they
I
would
would like-
appreciate that.
I would get all of them one, and I'll just do that today, but I still would like to have them on the show. I'll work out something with the mayor, maybe put them somewhere where he can pick them up, or I'll tell you where you can, because we got to do the social distance. But I'll get you, how many you got?
13.
13 dispatchers.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to get them, sir. Not a shirt, not a shirt, not a shirt, but I'm a pin on the floor.
But, you know, they do an incredible job. They, you know, like I said, they're the first voice that you hear, and then they're responsible, and they answer, you know, our dispatch answers 911 calls for the entire Pike County, not just the city of Troy. So, you know, when they take that call, they've first got to get that information and find out what, you know, what the problem is and what services they need, what they need to send to help that person.
Yeah, I could see that being very, very, that's why I asked the question. Well, we're going to get them, we have these nice cups, and they'll keep ice all day.
That's
And they
right.
can sit there and use them during their shift, just to let them know that we appreciate them. We appreciate you guys. Another thing I've noticed a lot is on the square sometime, you have an officer walking.
That's right.
I never remember Troy doing that, and all of a sudden when I start seeing it is, and I don't know whether you just pick the nicest guys or what, but they're just so friendly. And it's not like the police is there. They're like, hey, how you doing? And
Well,
they'll
that's-
go to another corner. That's just good presence. See?
Well, you know, it is, and look, customer service is a big part of what we do. A lot of people don't look at that. You know, our entire job's not, you know, writing tickets and putting people in jail.
Yeah.
It's much bigger than that. And you know, we're here to serve the entire community, and you know, we've got good people in place and to do that, and we take pride in what we do and the job that we do, and we take pride in our city because this is our home just like everybody else.
That's right. And you know, I like the things about our home that we haven't grasped to. And I'm not talking about another county, and to keep myself out of trouble, I'm just going to not talk about it. I'm not going to use a county. But when I look at Pike County and I look at some of these other counties, I'm glad I'm still in Pike County. And I know it's because you guys do keep a nip bud on it before it circulates into something, and everyone should appreciate that. I definitely appreciate it. And like you say, very interesting points. Not only is it a job, but it's a communication level. You know, speak to the local police. And I have a thing where I thank them. And if I see a police officer, state trooper, it don't matter, and they're at a gas station and they're on their car, I always tell them, be safe. Be safe. I tell all my drivers that, and I call them my drivers because I love them like that. And I tell them to be safe. If sometimes just that extra second to think before
That's
you
right.
do that. Just think.
That's right.
And what would you tell the people that are out shopping? What are some of the things you would tell them that would help you guys, like when they parking in the parking lots, just kind of just be aware of the social distance?
Absolutely. You know, be aware of your surroundings always. You know, keep your head up, be alert. Make sure, especially during these times, you know, your social distancing and speak to people from a distance. You know, I'm from a family that, you know, handshaking and hugs and that type of stuff, you know, that's what we do. And, you know, with this, right now, we just can't do that.
We can't do that, and I dare not mess up that doctor's name, but this is a doctor, I'm sure you watched the news, that was saying we may never go back to that.
I saw that.
Did you
That's
see
right.
that? And I thought, oh my God. But, you know, it's just, I think what we'll never go back to is not, I know some friends of mine. I could put them on the spot, but I'm not. Before this pandemic was even here or even heard of, we go somewhere and they just be hand sanitizing down. And I used to think, oh, you kill me with that. Not say little dumb things. And now I think about that, and I said, if anybody run out of sanitizer, I hope these two people don't.
That's right.
Because they've been using it, and I told it now. Never thought I'd do today, but I made up my mind that I'm not going to stop.
Well, that's one thing that we've had to work hard to keep in stock for our officers, because, we encourage them to, make sure they've got the things they need to keep themselves safe. Because like I said, we need them to be at work every day.
I need them to be at work.
And, hand sanitizer, we go through a lot of, we've been fortunate that, we've got plenty of that. And we even took spray bottles and put some disinfectant in that, so that we're spraying our cars, spraying the steering wheel, wiping them down, spraying the back seat if we have to put somebody in back. Just go in that extra, which is something we really should have been doing all along, but we've never faced anything like this, and it really makes you think about, when you talk about the doctor, saying we may never go back to handshaking. I think we probably will, but I think you're going to see people never not forget about this hand cleanliness and keeping your hands away from your face, which, if you stop and think about it, is the way that other viruses are spread as well. The flu and that type of stuff. It's just, but this is, it's made some changes that I think will be for the better.
Well, let me ask you this, because this is what I deal with. Do you catch yourself trying to touch your face?
You don't realize how often you won't touch your face until you try really hard not to do it.
Okay, so it's not just me.
It's not just you.
Okay, I feel better, because I'll be like, and like I'll do something to my eye. I like to do that, and I like be doing my eye, and I'll be going, oh my God, now
That's
I
right.
have washed my hands and face.
That's right.
I don't know how many. I talked to the mayor yesterday, and he told me, I was calling to make sure he was good for this morning, that you was good. And he
Right.
said he washed his hands every 2 hours, no matter whether they need it or
That's
not.
exactly right.
So what the guy say on WSFA? Clean up.
Clean up.
Clean up.
And clean up often.
Well, I had Steve got me out some numbers, and it was 20,000 total testing been done. 20,000 people have been tested. Say they found 3,583 confirmed, 93 deaths, 61 confirmed that it was the coronavirus. And I want to let everybody know, everybody that dies didn't die from the coronavirus.
That's right.
Everybody didn't die from the coronavirus. Have you had any corona at your jail, any of your?
No, sir, we've been very fortunate, but now we go to great lengths, we check temperature. We're checking our employees' temperatures when they come to work every day before they come in the building. We're checking their temperature to make sure they're not running a fever. When we have to bring somebody into the jail, we go to great lengths to, we put a mask on them immediately when they're being taken out of the back of the car. And we check their temperature before they're introduced to that jail. And we try to get them processed and out just as quick as we can.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, Chief. What about your supplies? I hear you say you're checking temperatures and you're giving them masks and all your people. Are you holding up good on your supplies?
Yes, sir. We're in good shape right now. We've got some additional supplies on order, but right now, we're doing okay.
Good.
Thermometers and that type of stuff, we don't have an abundance of those. But we've got what we need to work with, and right now, if this thing don't last a whole lot longer, we're gonna be fine.
Good. Well, I have some of your officers that before this pandemic, they come and they get their car washed at Trojan Detail, and I want to extend this out to all police officers. And I don't want to say what, because I'm never there, but we give all police officers a discount because they ride, and I want them to know, I'm not the manager, but I guess I'm the boss in some sense, that anytime they want to park in that parking lot and sit, they're plumb welcome.
Absolutely.
I tell them that when I see them individually, but you can tell them that you heard it from the horse's mouth. If they want daytime or night,
And
and they can park there. A lot of people don't understand how effective that is.
Well,
People that steal, they look for where the police are at.
Absolutely, they do, and that's why, visibility in what we do is so important.
So important. So important. You got lucky, Chief. We only have 3 minutes, so I'm gonna talk to you the next 3 minutes.
Absolutely.
And there's one other thing that I want to say that I see that the city police do. In these convenience stores, I notice you have a lot of traffic in there. You keep them in and out of there. They come in there a lot. Is that something that you saw that sometimes cause a problem, the reason you keep your officers whooping through them and stuff?
Well, and yes, that's where a lot of the public is. There's a lot of traffic there, and we want to be in these places and have high visibility where we have a lot of foot traffic. And there's certainly people in and out of those stores all the time. Whether it be your shopping centers or grocery stores or just your gas stations and stuff like that. But also there's a greater chance of crime occurring sometimes in some of those places, and because
Driving off with gas.
driving off with gas or and that type of stuff. If we can have a presence, we're gonna keep that stuff to a minimum.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot, the presence of it. But I don't think your presence can be too much.
It can't.
I don't think it can be too much. And I'm gonna compliment you on this myself from what I've seen with your guys and the guys you got working. If I see a car pulled over by the City of Troy Police, not saying you're not doing your job, make sure I want everybody to hear me clear, but if I see that car pull off, there was a problem. I don't think nobody in this community could accuse you guys of, what would they call it, hassling people.
That's right. Well,
Your department just don't do that. I've been in this county a lot of times. I have did like speed off something. I've seen one of your guys like, don't do that.
Well, and if we are there, we're still charged with enforcing the law and public safety. And if you see some of our officers on the side of the road, it could be a disabled motorist. It may not be an enforcement.
I've seen you with disabled.
An enforcement situation. And but if it is an enforcement situation, it's usually something that violated. They did something to bring our attention to them
to get your
get us
attention
there.
because you
That's
guys
right.
did something. And this is a question that I've always wanted to ask. The traffic officer, I see your traffic officers, and I see them in the summertime, and they're still doing that.
That's right.
Do you handpick those officers to do it?
We get a lot of practice at doing traffic direction, especially in the mornings and the afternoons with school traffic and that type of stuff. And the way our we get a lot of experience.
Well, they do a
directing
good
traffic.
job. I just want you
That's
to let
right.
them know they do a good job.
That's right.
Me and Robin Sullivan did cat a big truck to the school, and the Miss Thornton, she came to me and she said, "Okay, you need to get out of here because there's gonna be traffic out there." Once we got through and we had cupcakes. Well, I come in one way, and I really didn't know how to come out. And I guess the officer just saw that, and I'm like trying to go in, and he like, "Droop." I'm like, and he wasn't ugly about it, like, get this guy out of here.
That's right.
This ain't what he do every day.
Hopefully we recognize a problem, and certainly, in heavy traffic situations, when you bring trucks in like that, they don't maneuver as well as cars do.
Yeah, and they got our truck out of there too.
That's
They
right.
got our truck out of there,
That's
and
right.
that was really nice. And when this is all over, I don't know what. My boss said I'm bad to spend some money, but I'm gonna make sure I got it wrote down. I'm gonna get you those 13 cups today. I'm gonna
Thank
get
you.
that done today. And when this is all over with, let's me and you put our heads together and let's do something for the department.
Sounds
So
good.
far, I don't think you got over 100 employees.
No, we don't.
And
we do
I would
not.
like to do, and some will have to be at work, but it's gonna be clean family, whatever we decide to do. But it's gonna be just for you guys. I'm gonna have it separate, not that we're separate, but I wanna do it for the city police. And listen to me, Miss Kelly Sanders, I need you. And then I wanna do it for the sheriff department. Just to show, I'm gonna tell you something, people don't realize what this country would be like if we didn't have the law.
That's right.
We've got to have law. They had law in the Bible days, and some people are not going to do right, and that's where you guys come in.
That's
If you
right.
do right, you get the nice wave. If you don't do right, you get the handcuffs.
That's right.
It's simple. It's simple. It's not hard to figure out, and that's not you being mean. That's you doing what you
That's
call them sworn in
Sworn
officers.
in and doing what we're doing our job.
You're doing your job.
And listen, just because we have to put somebody in jail don't mean, I've always prided myself over the years. I've always said, I can put most people in jail and make them like it. They just because they're going to jail doesn't mean they're a bad person or whatever. They just made a mistake.
Okay. Well, let me say this to you, Chief. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for the job you do. I want you to go and tell your dispatchers, tell officers to hold on. They got something coming.
That's right.
Tell officers to hold on. But these dispatchers right now, they're probably taking calls because people are confused and they're not calling. Boy, get out of here. I've got to say this number. That they want you to call for medical cases, not the police. They want you to call 670-5409. That is the number to call if you have symptoms or if you want to do something about the coronavirus. Not the silly police. This number here, 670-5409. It has been a pleasure this morning. It has been a pleasure to talk to the mayor. It's been a pleasure to talk to the chief of police. And I thank God for the two people we have in those positions, the chief and also the mayor. Chief, is there anything you'd like to say before we say goodbye?
Well, just a big shout out, to our citizens. During these times, we've had a lot of great community support. We always have. There's been a lot of food that's been brought to the station and that type of stuff, and that's so heartwarming to see that. And we can't do our job effectively without the public. We can't be everywhere all the time, and we need those eyes and ears in the community. It's a partnership. And we truly appreciate the support we get from our community.
So you agree with the airports? If you see something, say something?
Absolutely.
All right. If
Absolutely.
you see something, say something.
Absolutely.
Chief, thank you. Thank your guys. And that's all we can say. I hear preachers say all the time that we had 10,000 tongues, we couldn't thank you enough. Remember this number before we go, 670-5409. Thank you for watching another edition of Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Be safe, be smart. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, the only place you'll be stopping is at the bank. Wiley said, money, money, money. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best 2 days.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.